Okay, good morning. So yesterday we had big moves as we have been expected for 2 or 3 weeks or more now. So finally we broke up on the USD, and that's exactly what we were looking for. So today I start with CHFJPY because we have some important data at 9:30 my time, which means in about 1 hour 15. So that could be a mover on CHFJPY, of course. So I wanted to point that out. Now, if we look at the chart of this pair, we have been shorting this pair since the last 2 or 3 weeks or more, even I think the last 4 weeks. We had this setup with a confluence of fib, the 61.8 plus the 272 extension of this big multi-year consolidation. So we had this big multi-year consolidation. I will make it clear. So this is the swing I was measuring to get this 272 extension. We had a green level, black level. You know that already. I will show it again. And on the other side, we had this 61.8 of this fib. I remember some has been asking me why not put the fib on the top here. I think the rules in the fib is to find the fib that is controlling the price, not always to take the top or the bottom of the highest to the lowest. In this case, if you look, that's how I decided that this fib was the important one. You see how it has been holding on this 50%. You see how it has been holding for a long time the price. You see how the 23.6 and the 21.4 have been working very well, very precisely in many occasions, even here. So that's what is telling us. Look here again. That's what is telling me this fib is the one that is in control of the price actually. If you move it to the top here, you don't have such a good reading, and you see it's not so precise, so accurate, I would say. The fib is always precise, but sometimes it's not accurate. So that's why we took this fib. 61.8 plus this one, the wedge, top wedge, everything. So we are looking for a pullback due to our setup. That was a very strong setup on the dashboard we are using. We expect a move probably up to this area, which is 118.87, to make it easier, 119. That's what I think we can see on this pair. Of course, we will need to break first the wedge, so there will be many areas where we will bounce. I already defined them and sent the chart, I think, even this week. So if we look more on the intraday, we have several areas that we have been defining. This one, of course, and that's here we stopped on the daily 20. So I didn't put it. I will put it here now, so you can see it. I often speak about the 2021 exponential moving average because they are really working very nicely. I've been using them for a long time. You can put 20 or 21. It's not a big difference, but we see how we are stopping on it again. They are always giving some good reaction. So those emails are very important, but that's where we stopped now. If we, sorry, I'm used to put red on the 20 emails. So that's where we stop to the pip. Now we are sitting on it. If we look on the daily right here, so that's where we are sitting, and we are under the 61.8, under the 61.8 and under the 272 extension now. So that's something very very good. Now let's go to the other chart. So this is on the other screen. What we have here, we have all the other information, which is the levels we are using. The green one you see on top of this 21 email, we have here a nice green level. That's where we stopped again. and we spiked above on intra-week basis. We stack spikes above a lot this big top wedge. If we look at that on the weekly, we see that on the weekly we never closed above it. It was always big spike. Now look at this candle we have now. It's really a big bearish one. That can change today. I don't think Swiss bank have interest to push again higher the Swissy, but it could happen. I would say they have more interest to lower it, and that's what they do in many occasions. But that's not observation, and we stay on our observation. So concerning Swissy, that's what we have. We will buy, we will sell pullbacks, not inside the data, because we can see some big spike move, but that's what we will use in the future. We will use all our levels here and sell whenever we can, whenever our tools will show that we have an entry. So we see actually, even if we go in the 15 minutes, you see that we had already some bull signal, but they didn't produce any results because the trend has shifted. That's what we measure here and that we have seen. So now any inside the normal time we are using, which is from the London Open more or less to the New York Open, that's where we trade most. So we will look for a 15-minute setup like this one, or like other one here with some level, with some confirmation here, and that's what will give us the signal to sell it. So just be careful today with the data, and I hope we can see some not too big moves. If we go higher, of course, we will go on selling when we have some good levels.